Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Shafika binti Sadri. I'm from Groups Computer. So our group will introduce our case study for Dyson product for chapter 16. So for the introduction, Dyson 1998 used a title of his autobiography is certainly appropriate and tell the story of the development and launch of the first bedless vacuum cleaner. This case raises several significant research questions in the field of innovation management. First, how and why did senior executives at leading appliance manufacturers across Europe, such as Electrolux, Bosch, and Miele, decide not to utilize the technology offered to them by Dyson? Second, how and why did senior buyers for many retail chains across the United Kingdom fail to recognize the potential for the DC01? Third, technology transfer experts would point out that the Dyson vacuum cleaner is a classic case of technology transfer. A technology developed for one industry, for example, dust extraction from soma, is applied to a different use in a new industry. Hence, it is technology transfer that need to be championed and supported further by governments. So for the fourth one is, as a machine for protecting intellectual property, it seems that patents depends on the depth of your pocket. That is, they are prohibitively expensive and are almost exclusive for the benefit of a large multinational organization. So for the next is, for the question 1, explore the key problem Dyson had to overcome. For the answer, there are many problems that had to overcome by Dyson. First, Dyson has experienced design problem. The trend of the vacuum cleaner market during that time was those with bag, while Dyson tried to introduce a vacuum cleaner that is bagless. Dyson has to come up with a design that is actually work. This leads to the second key problem. So to prevent the technology of the product from being stolen, which Dyson was certain that it will happen, Dyson offered a licensing opportunity to other manufacturers in return of a percentage of their profit from the sale of the product, but most of them declined that offer. And Dyson faced a key problem where existing manufacturers are lack of interest in Dyson prototype. Even with prototype available, the actual product quality did not suffice. Dyson which it caused him to buy his own product line to produce his prototype into actual product. Nonetheless, the product still doesn't take interest from retailer as their price are 3 times higher than other similar product. Hence, none of retailer think that consumer will buy that product because of the price.
Hi, my name is Mama Uzai. So for the question 2, characterize the type of innovation and new product development in the mature vacuum cleaner market prior to Dyson. There are the industries in this situation. So the answer is the emphasis was on motor power and suction. Increasing the size of motor was deemed necessary to convince customers that the product was better. Prior to Dyson, the vacuum cleaner was virtually a commodity product. Some retailed for as little as 200 ringgit. Even the best-selling brand was around 600 ringgit plus with the taxes. And Dyson transformed the industry. New product development in the industry was on process, even innovation and cutting costs. And for the question 3, manufacturing the product has turned out to be hugely profitable, yet this was not the original plan. Why not? So we get the answer by originally Dyson was after a quick return on his money through royalty. He didn't want to be a manufacturer, but being forced into manufacturing has turned out to be extremely profitable. But in the concept of profit maximization, a company do not exist to make a welfare program. it was created to aim such a big opportunity to gain money, then surely giving benefits to the society by selling the product and making it competitive in the market. This is similar to the Victorian entrepreneurs from Sipe Hansen, Carnegie, Watt, and etc.
My name is Karunizam bin Sulaiman and I will explain about the question number 4. They clearly did not believe in the technology and thought the license deal was too expensive. They also believed that their own technology could deliver something similar. There are two strategies available here, both of which have benefit and risk. Astrolabe and Hover was non-brand brand. Consumers were satisfied with Astrolabe and Hover. Dyson was non-brand appealant. Manufacturers try avoid risk as Dyson volume of sale 33.5% is greater than Hover sale volume which is 12.3%. That is why it is rational to pay more royalty to Dyson than Astrolabe. Okay, I will go to question number 5. Firstly, amount of money that a licensee agreed to pay not too much with licensor expectation. Secondly, trust is another significant element that create difficulty when investors are in doubt about the licensing agreement. Companies do not agree to pay the amount of money for licensing agreement. The required operational change are too great. Patent is an exclusive right that grant inventor ownership of their original idea, give them temporary control over who can use those ideas. The major role that a patent play a patent grant inventor to have their ownership over their invention, and patent give inventor an opportunity to profit from their creation. Patent is an effective system for protecting intellectual property. Patent gives the right to sue against those infringe his or her patent.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Muhammad Ali. Now we go to the question 7. The question is, not all firms invest in R&D. What should be the level of expenditure on R&D for firms? What we found is the Dyson invests heavily in R&D, and they believe that this is the key to be a success. Not all firms support this view because the level of investment in R&D is varies considerably. The high value he placed on creativity set Dyson apart from other firms, and they want to help explain his instances on maintaining what. For example, in Britain, are considered instantly large now investment in research and also development. Nearly 70% of revenue regularly goes to supporting the company R&D efforts. For example, a figure some 10 times greater than the average in the UK. Because of this ongoing research expenditure, a company that start with just one product now offer more than a dozen, all either upright or consistent vacuum cleaners, each more refined and technologically advanced model than its predecessor. We go to the question 8. The question is want to explain the very different market entry strategy used for the United States. The entry strategy for the US was based on an established brand development at home. He want to extend and unique advertising was used in the US to launch the product. It was a very successful launch. One of the key problem faced was securing distribution agreement with the big US retailer. For example, department store JCPenney. The retailer wanted assurance that Dyson could deliver the product of the store on time. This means Dyson had to fill a warehouse across the US with the product. The penalty for the failing to deliver was severe. The Dyson chose not to defend his patent in the US because he did not want to spend a lot of money on the lawyer fees.
My name is Ahmad Faiz Yusuf. So I will explain question number 9, which is how can Dyson succeed in the highly competitive hair dryer market? For the answer, this question is based on the Dyson vacuum cleaner experience. Dyson has realized that a good R&D department plays an important role in his pace to succeed. So Dyson applied the same concept and idea to his other product, and hairdryer being one of the products that successfully outcompete his competitors in this highly competitive hairdryer market. A well-designed, innovative hairdryer was the time, money, and effort Dyson invest in for its R&D innovation. So for the conclusion is Dyson is now a legendary company in vacuum cleaner industry. There were already a number of competitors in the vacuum cleaners industry when Dyson came with his new product. This case shows through Dyson charged twice price than that of existing product, but still his product was able to capture 50% of the US market in the less than 4 years only because of the new product development with introduction of centrifugal force technology. That's all from our group. Thank you.